Hey guys, Logan here with Golden Raids, and welcome back. I'm just gonna go over a attack strategy that I've been using a lot lately. I've got the strategy from guy in our clan. His name's Crips. He is a beast queen walker, and he taught me a lot about queen walking at Town Hall 11. Kind of helped me learn through that. So I'm gonna do this video to hopefully help you learn, and anyone who's watching. The main thing, I use queen walk hogs, and you can use queen walk with just about any troop or any strategy to follow the queen walk, just whatever's necessary to destroy the base. If you have a good queen walk and get a lot of value, there's basically nothing that isn't stopping you from doing miners or hogs or Laloon. It just depends what you can get, but as for the sake of this video, I'm going to go over queen walk hogs. So what I like to get and what I aim for with the queen walk is you gotta take out the enemy queen, the clan castle, and I go for one inferno. Those are the bare minimum. If you can get anything else other than that, that's great. This queen walk along the bottom here gets a lot of point defense, so that helps with protecting the hogs later. And yeah, I guess I'll click play here and we'll see the queen walk starts. And I dropped a baby dragon for the funnel there. The way I like to use rages, pre-scout the base for what your queen's going to be walking into. So here we have multiple point defense, and that king is going to be aggravated as soon as the queen starts pushing into that. So I know she's taking a lot of fire, she's going down quick, so I dropped that rage as expected. I pre-rage, and then as she walks into the king, even under rage, the queen's going to take a lot of damage. So you're going to want to make sure that when your queen and warden start targeting the king, they've got a pretty high health to back them up, or there's a good chance you're going to have to use and burn one of your abilities, and you really need to save those for the inferno. So there's that first rage. Baby dragon on the funnel, as I said. Queen's taking out those point defenses, and the king gets aggravated, and she's at full health because of that rage. The king goes down quick, and she continues walking. She destroyed a lot of the point defense, so there's not really a big threat. And now here's the next threat. You want to throw down a rage when the enemy queen starts targeting you. If you don't have a rage early enough, you'll probably have to burn an ability. So that's where the next rage comes down, and the queen gets really low there. As the queen walked around, I kind of saw that the mortar was targeting my queen, that Expo is targeting, and because I have 6 wall breakers, I can just throw them all down and they'll just tank that archer tower. So there's not a problem with them taking out the wall there. Actually, if you survive, the queen continues to walk. And wall breakers take a lot of practice. There's one thing that can really make or break a raid with a wall breaker fail, so it just takes a lot of practice. Just this army that I have trained for this attack is a pretty general army that I use. It's good for FCs, and it's a good one to practice with. So as you can see, I was able to... The queen wasn't taking on any damage other than the Inferno Tower, so I didn't have to burn any abilities. And one thing is, I don't know if you didn't know this, but even after the Inferno Tower stops targeting your queen, she's still gonna not be able to take healing for the next couple seconds. So be aware of that if your queen is taking incoming damage, because at this moment she's not going to be able to take healing. The Inferno's heal block is still on her. So she takes out the clan castle. I throw them on that poison there. That's pretty essential. And I was able to save both abilities and that's pretty crazy for the walk and the value we just got. So I know at this point the Warden's AI is gonna have him peel off onto the Hogs because he targets the greatest hit point values. So as they get into his range, he's gonna peel off into the Hogs, and I can actually save his ability for the Hog portion, and that's what I do here. I drop down. Oh, one more thing. It's pretty essential that you drop the King first, because after those 3 rages and the wall breakers, once you drop the King, the Eagle's gonna start targeting your troops. If you drop the Hogs first, it'll target Hogs first. So you have to drop the King first so it targets the King, and your Hogs have a few seconds to run in, do some damage, and get out of the Eagle's range, or take out the Eagle before they take too much damage, because the Eagle will destroy your Hogs if it locks on, and you'll fail the raid. I've failed so many raids just with that simple mistake. So I just follow around. The Hog portion is pretty straightforward. I basically spammed Hogs on 9 o'clock here, and they target in. By the time the Eagle's about to let out its second round of shots, the Hogs are already on it and they're out of its range, so they'll be safe. I drop the Clan Castle Hogs up top to break off this funnel and just kind of follow them with healing. As they get into that Inferno Tower, I pop the Warden ability, gets them all invulnerable as they plow through the rest of the base. I like to bring 2 loons for the backside of the base, just to pick off like Archer Towers or Teslas, or if it's a fresh hit, which I would not recommend with this strategy, but if it is a fresh hit, you can save those for Troll Teslas. And from here it's just cleanup. That's a pretty straightforward Queen Walk Hog raid. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm going to go over one more raid after this one, and from our last war. But there we go. That's a triple. I like this last war raid because the attacker doing it, Dirty Italian, he used a jump for his Queen Walk, and sometimes that can help if you can save a rage and bring a jump to push your queen deeper. But you'll see what he did here. He starts the Queen Walk up top. It was scouted before, so he knew there's a black bomb there. That's pretty essential. If you know where the black bombs are, and they are on the outsides, drop a loon before you let them target your healers, so you don't lose a healer right off the bat. Good wall breakers. Well, all the point defenses are targeting the queen. She charges in, and one of the first things she's gonna get is this Inferno here. There's not much incoming damage, so here's a tip for this, for rages. If you know your queen's about to enter into the Inferno streams, lead her with the rage. You don't have to get the healers in there because she's not gonna take healing anyway, and you pretty much plan to burn an ability. So lead her with the rage so she can go through the rage, and the rage lasts longer through the base. He's got another set of wall breakers. I don't know if he planned to use the Warden to get them too, but that was very good timing if it was. He uses the king up here to funnel a little bit, and it actually aggravates the eagle. So that's a little different, but since the eagle stays targeted on his king, his queen and warden are fine. I saw he dropped one hog up there to the right to take out a giant bomb right there. That must have been pre-scouted as well. And he actually is able to take out the eagle with the queen walk here, and he still has the queen ability, so that is great. He uses that on the enemy queen right there, and the queen walk stays alive. Then he just basically comes in with spam hogs at about 2 or 3 o'clock right there, and follows them around with 2 heals and a freeze for this back end Inferno. One of the main things you're going to want to do with Queen Walk is keep your queen alive. It sounds dumb and straightforward, but if you can keep your queen alive through the raid, you're golden. Your queen's going to do so much more damage, and she'll continue to tank. Once you get her through key defenses, there's a good chance she'll peel off and start taking a lot less damage, as she is kind of right here in the middle of the base, and she'll be able to heal up with that warden. And she's great cleanup, as well as she tanks a lot for hogs or anything else. So that's something to look for, something to be conscious of when doing these raids. So that was a great attack by Dirty Italian. I just wanted to show that one because he used the jump. If you can save a rage and use a jump, or if you could save a rage and use extra heal or freeze for your hogs, that's always the best. But sometimes you can't. It's hard to plan for that if you don't have a scout before that uses Queen Walk. It's really hard to judge whether you'll need it or not. So I understand that. But a jump sometimes can get you a lot more value, as you saw, it allowed him to reach the eagle, and he got crazy value from that. So I think that's about it. If you have any more questions about this strategy, you can leave a comment, and I'll try to reply to as many comments as I can. If you're in my clan, just ask me in our group chats. That's about it, guys.